the diagram of the movement of the bolus, that is the peristaltic movement of bolus. The walls of the esophagus, that is the food pipe, is slippery. It's having a substance called mucus. So the walls of the esophagus is having a substance which is slippery. That you call this slippery substance as mucus. The importance of mucus is that it protects the walls of the esophagus from any damage. So it lubricates and protects the walls of the esophagus from damage. The mucus not only protects the walls of the esophagus, but it also enables the bolus to move easily because of its slippery nature. The slippery nature of this mucus enables the food bolus to slide down easily, just as we have seen in the previous experiment, that how the potatoes are able to move down very easily in the cycle tube experiment. Thus, like same in the same manner, even the food bolus also slides down very easily into the food pipe. The saliva in the mouth also helps in sliding down of this food bolus. Not only the walls of the esophagus, even the mouth, we have got the saliva which is slippery in nature. So it also helps to slide down the food bolus pushes the food inside the food pipe, so that it enables to move very easily into the esophageal tube. The food moves, that is the food bolus moves very easily into the food pipe and gets inside the stomach. Now let us see what are the different types of muscles that is present in the esophagus which enables the food to move easily into the stomach. Now let us see what are the different types of muscles that is present in the walls of this esophagus. The esophagus is made up of two different types of muscles. The walls of this esophagus is made up of two different types. Now let us see to the wall of the esophagus. The wall of the esophagus is made up of two kinds of smooth muscles. The wall of the esophagus is made up of two kinds of smooth muscles. The inner layer of this esophagus is made up of the circular muscles and the outer layer is made up of longitudinal muscles. The contraction of the circular muscles, the inner layer of the circular muscles contracts the esophagus and helps in narrowing of this esophagus. So the food is squeezed inside the tube. So the bolus is pushed downwards. The longitudinal muscles, which is in the outer layer of the esophagus, makes this esophagus to widen it, so that the food is pushed inside the esophagus again by the relaxation of these longitudinal muscles. The longitudinal muscles, which is at the outer layer of the esophagus, enables the esophagus to widen, so that the bolus enters inside the tube. So the longitudinal muscles in front of the bolus widens the tube. This results in the relaxation of these muscles and bring out a movement. Contraction and relaxation of these muscles, that is circular muscles and the longitudinal muscles, helps in a wave-like motion called as peristalsis. The wave-like motion that propels the food bolus into the stomach is called as peristalsis. This is under the control of involuntary muscles and which is involuntary in function under the control of autonomous nervous system.